In the ancient days of China, a scholar named Kwang-Jui was known throughout the land for his brilliance and virtue. He had passed the imperial examinations with rare distinction, and the emperor himself had noticed this remarkable young man. But destiny had woven a stranger tale for Kwang-Jui than mere scholarly success, a tale that would entangle him with gods, demons, and the mysterious forces governing rivers and heavens above. Near where Kwang-Jui traveled, there lived a nobleman named Lu Kung, whose estate bordered the great river. Lu Kung had a daughter of such breathtaking beauty that suitors came from distant provinces merely to catch a glimpse of her face. She was gentle, kind, and possessed a wisdom that belied her youth. Her father guarded her fiercely, for he believed that only a man of extraordinary worth deserved her hand. When Kwang-Jui first beheld the daughter of Lu Kung, he was struck speechless. She stood by the river's edge, her silk robes catching the evening breeze, her hair adorned with simple jade ornaments. Their eyes met, and in that single moment, something ancient and unspoken passed between them. Love blossomed like lotus flowers on the river's surface, pure and radiant, and Kwang-Jui knew that his heart would never belong to another. Among the treasures of Lu Kung's household was a piece of fairy bronze, an artifact of mysterious origin said to have been forged by celestial hands. Its surface shimmered with an otherworldly luster, and those who gazed upon it too long claimed to hear faint music carried on the wind. The bronze was said to possess the power to reveal hidden truths, and its presence seemed to deepen the bond between Kwang-Jui and the maiden. Then there came the matter of the mysterious Buddhist robe, a garment woven with threads of gold and embroidered with sacred patterns. The robe had been given to Lu Kung's family generations ago by a wandering monk who prophesied that it would one day protect them from great peril. No one understood the prophecy, but the robe was kept with reverence, its golden threads catching the light as though alive with quiet power. But not all forces wished the young couple well. A powerful goddess, envious of their happiness and angered by what she perceived as arrogance, turned her wrath upon them. She stirred the winds and darkened the skies, sending storms that lashed the river into a fury. The goddess commanded the waters to rise, threatening to swallow the entire estate, and her vengeance fell upon the land like a curse. In the midst of chaos, a figure appeared whom the people called the Wonderful Man. He seemed to arrive from nowhere, walking calmly through the raging storm as though the wind and rain dared not touch him. His face was serene, his bearing that of someone who had seen centuries pass. He spoke softly, yet his words carried an authority that silenced even the howling tempest, and those who heard him felt an inexplicable peace. The Wonderful Man revealed himself to be the god of the city, the protector spirit who had watched over the settlement for generations. He had long dwelled in the temple at the city's heart, accepting the incense and prayers of the faithful. Now, seeing the goddess's fury threaten his people, he stepped forward to shield them. The god of the city raised his hand, and the winds began to still, the waters started to recede. Yet the goddess's wrath had already claimed victims. The Yin family, who lived along the river's edge, had been caught in the flood without warning. Their home was swept away, and the river swallowed everything they had built over generations. The tragedy of the Yin family spread through the region like a cold wind, and the people wept for their loss, for the Yins had been kind and generous, harming no one. Among the survivors was a brave young man named Samchung, who had lost everything to the flood. But Samchung was not one to surrender to despair. He discovered that the flood had been caused not only by the goddess, but by a water demon that lurked beneath the river's surface, a creature of ancient malice that had been waiting for just such an opportunity. Samchung vowed to confront the demon himself. Samchung waded into the river armed with nothing but his courage and a sword forged from the fairy bronze that Lu Kung had offered for the cause. The water demon rose before him, a monstrous form of dark water and writhing limbs, its eyes glowing with malevolent red light. The battle was fierce, the river churning around them as Samchung struck blow after blow, the bronze blade singing with a celestial resonance that weakened the creature. As the battle raged, the god of the river emerged from the depths, a towering figure draped in robes of flowing water, his beard like silver threads cascading over his chest. He had watched long enough as the demon terrorized his domain. With a single gesture, he commanded the waters to part, and the demon, stripped of its power, dissolved into mist. The river calmed, and the god of the river turned to Samchung with ancient, knowing eyes. The god of the river recognized the fairy bronze in Samchung's hand and understood the full story at last. He rebuked the goddess for her excessive vengeance, for while the people may have erred, they did not deserve annihilation. The goddess, chastened by the river god's authority and moved by the suffering she had caused, relented. She withdrew her storms, and the sky cleared, revealing the sun's golden warmth. With the waters receded and peace restored, Kwang-Jui and the daughter of Lu Kung were at last free to marry. Their wedding was held under a canopy of blooming lotus flowers, and the entire village gathered to celebrate. The god of the city blessed their union, and a mysterious Buddhist robe was draped over the bridal chamber, its golden symbols glowing softly, fulfilling the ancient prophecy by warding away all evil. As for Samchung, the god of the river rewarded his bravery by restoring the lands that the flood had stolen, not only for the Yin family, but for all who had suffered. New fields emerged from the receding waters, richer and more fertile than before. The Yin family rebuilt on higher ground, and Samchung became a respected leader, his courage remembered in songs. Thus the reward of a benevolent life was made manifest. This tale reminds us that in Chinese folklore, the forces of nature are not merely scenery, but living powers with wills of their own. Gods, demons, and spirits dwell in rivers and cities alike, and they intervene in human affairs with both wrath and mercy. The story of Kwang-Jui teaches that virtue